Good morning, YouTube. I am Shaggy. I am Philalitheia. This is the fountain where the points are made up. Nobody really cares about anything. And nobody really wins anything. I don't remember how that goes anymore. Good morning. How are we? I've got Zoinks! My guy, what's up? I've got all day to sit here and do nothing. I gotta go down to the mail. I gotta go find mail today at some point. But I don't know when that will be. Sometime afternoon. Good morning, OPM. How you doing, Justin? I'm doing great, Zoinks. I'm doing great. I gotta brush my teeth and I gotta go to the mail, and hopefully after that all of my problems will be solved. We'll see. Maybe. It's possible. I didn't tell the Discord that I was going live because this is a more impromptu style. I couldn't come up with a subject. So that means that today is just a chilling out. I'll talk to you guys and then I'll do some macrame, and today is a waiting on the mail to arrive kind of day. We can talk about the football games. I need to make prepared material for yesterday's games, but I didn't watch them because I had other things in my earballs. Bills Ravens was wild. That ending was so dumb. That's football, and it's any given Sunday. The team that puts it together at the end is the team that tends to win. So, I had other things going on, so I wasn't paying that close attention. I was taking notes through the first half of the Bengals game. Good morning, Alec. Congratulations to your Rams. But then I quit taking notes in the second half because I was kind of reacting to them live, and then I watched the Lions and Packers game, and I wasn't paying very close attention to that at all, because this isn't entirely a football channel. What we will be doing when we're talking football is philosophy for the football fan, because I can't turn my brain off. Hi, Anush. Make sure you guys hit those the like buttons, and we can invite new people around. I don't know what you're telling me. Or how to address you. New York. No, I haven't moved. Been here. I've been in this spot for 11 months. I planned to enjoy the day. I don't know why you think you get to boss me around about that. That's what I was going to do with my day, was enjoy it. But yeah, I don't have anything prepared today. It's a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, I'm smoking weed right now. No, I'm not going to do that. Trueball, I don't know why you think you get to ask me that question. But the next time you ask me an inappropriate question like that, I'm going to tell you that it needs to be behind a super chat. And then the next time you violate it, I'm just going to turn you off. I'm glad to hear that, Bartosz. I guess. Thank you for sharing. Do you also like hitting the like and subscribe buttons? So what that means, for those of you who know me, is that what I'm going to do is we're going to ride the idiot wave, because it's just a Monday, so it's not going to be that bad until I'm compelled to do something by the money I'm making. You know how this goes now. You're watching my content. How do you not know what it's about, Bartosz? I keep saying I don't have anything prepared today. I'm just going to be talking to the audience. And then you are in the audience and you're talking, so I'm reacting to what you're saying. That's what the show is. I don't know. I don't know how that's not readily apparent to you by participating in it. Are you not the kind of person who identifies as learning by doing? Doing great, Yoda. I don't answer questions for free, Bartosz. I've said this twice now in your um, proximity. Hello, Ellie. Hello, KJ. How are you guys doing this morning? Good morning, Ghost. I almost missed you. I would put it in my description that I don't answer questions for free. Uh, I haven't decided yet, Yoda. Food is becoming a terror to me right now. Okay, so I need to get a bag to put all of my small items in. Um, but most specifically my lighter, so it doesn't freeze. It dropped down into the low 40s last night. The weather is beautiful out here. Thank you, Bartosz. I'm working on it, Squid. Don't boss me around. You're not my dad. You have a great day as well, JB. Give me just a second on the mic, guys. Hello, Billy. I'm doing great. How are you today? It's early. I haven't heard from my lady, and that always gives me a little bit of anxiety. All right, different mic. Use all of my equipment so I don't have to project my voice. Yeah, sure. I guess I could have been more specific, Bartosz. I was hoping that you were going to be pedantic about that. You are right. I do answer lesser questions and questions that interest me. I don't answer questions that disinterest me. Welcome back, Harry. Zonks is looking for someone, future audience or present audience, with a wide knowledge of small engines. Week one of football. I haven't looked at all of the games yet, Yoda, but football's here. Yeah, these motherfuckers have dug out under my. No, maybe that's just. No, they have. There's a slope here now. Oh no, that's my mat. Okay, that's fine. Um, the gain. Not for free, Harry. Definitely not to a millionaire for free. Millionaires don't get to make requests of me for free. Hello, Farash. But The Bengals game was a good one, and so far the season is shaping up. Yoda, my thoughts on week one are that my predictions that the Eagles and Chiefs are going to repeat are looking better than they were looking on Saturday. Hello, Pinky. Yeah, thank you, Yoda. I've crossed all of the watch hour, etc. barriers. Now all I got to do is actually cross the payout threshold, and they will give me money. How about them Ravens? They look like a team that's relying on Lamar Jackson to be a superhero again. Understood, KJ. Yeah, the microphone seems to react negatively to headphones, but it seems to work well on the television and for people who are listening on their tinny speakers. In headphones, I guess it sounds like absolute dog shit. I don't really want money, no, Bartosz. Need money. I have a laptop, credit card debt to pay off, credit debt to pay off. Do I want money? No. I want stimulating conversation. I was thinking about the Steelers and Jets game today, how both offenses were technically revenge games, and so I might put that on and stream it for the Discord audience at some point today and just talk about it, because I got a lot of people who are new to football, and so I've been asked to do a football 101, and so I am looking for people who want in-depth sports talk from my perspective, the perspective of a former philosopher, and Philalitheia, somebody who sees like I see and watches like I watch. I've had a lot of people ask me for in-depth film study in that way. In order for me to do that, first of all, I need the laptop that's coming today. That will arrive today, according to Amazon. So I need that. Okay. I also I need a Patreon subscriber to step up at the tune of $50 or more on YouTube. I need somebody to step up and be a believer that I can do football content full time. I need a producer for that. I'm not going out on a limb and doing things on a prayer or on a hope, because I did that for the last 13 years. And so now that I have producers that like my content, I'm going to do what the money dictates. You understand? I'm being honest with you. I'm not condescending to you. I'm a business owner now. And so, like, when Taco Bell used to sell hamburgers and couldn't compete with McDonald's, but nobody was selling tacos. And so I am going to make this football content for the passion of football. But I am looking for a producer. I understand that, Alec. Yeah, it has your support for sure. For sure. The fountain already has your name on it for your Patreon support, Alec. I do play games, Bartosz. I guess I do nothing. Okay. A West Coast team is winning the Super Bowl. We're rooting for the Rams. I was going to put my money on a Rams Bengals, not money. My heart on a Rams Bengals rematch anyway, but that's looking really good as well, Yoda. The Bengals defense looks good. The Bengals defense looks good. Good. Their pass pro still doesn't look good. But if you actually watched that game, Zach Taylor adjusted better than he has in previous years. But part of that is because Joe Burrow had an off season. He looked accurate. He looked athletic. He looked poised, and he didn't look prepared to over target his high paid wide receivers. It's a good game. A lot of people forget to remember that the first 3 quarters of a football game are a boxing match. They're about scouting the opponent. They're not really about scoring points. Yeah, me too, Yoda. Me too. I hope they play well. I hope they continue to play as well as they did today, and I hope they continue to bounce back from injury the way they did yesterday. Bortosh is upset because I won't answer his questions without money. Miami's going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Miami was a dumpster fire anyway. They don't respect Mike McDaniel, and he can't bring them out of slumps. So when they started playing poorly, specifically, I haven't watched any of the highlights, but Rach here on the channel, my lady, she was watching the game, and she was telling me what was going on, and we both turned that game off as the second quarter began. We both gave zero shit. She started watching the Buccaneers. They're a bad ownership. Miami has bad ownership. And so from top to bottom, they're just a shit organization. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. And Indy, Daniel Jones was the right choice. He looked poised. Everything I saw a few of his throws. He looked poised, and he looked ready to be an NFL quarterback, because what is he? He's an NFL quarterback. He played for the Giants. Indy is a much, much smaller market. And I watched the Lions game, but I was trying to root for the Lions, and the Lions were playing like dog shit. And the Packers offense, Jordan Love is the most thoroughly average player of the position I've ever watched. And so watching the Lions roll over and die was really unpleasant for me. And I'm hungry. I kind of want to get up and go get something to eat. So A+ to those of you who have been pushing me to do that. My body agrees with you now. Thing is, I just don't know what I want. The Green Bay offense was pissing me off because the Lions defense was just really not doing anything to stop it. And then when they were getting stops, it's because it was a Matt LaFleur offense. But just watching the Lions play the way they did was hard. It was hard to watch. I didn't finish the game. It was hard to watch because Dan Campbell was right when he went into halftime. He's like, we get the ball back, we got to score, we get a stop, we score, we're in this game when we win it. And they just did not. I don't even remember how the game went, to be honest with you. I can't remember like the drive order or anything like that. I don't try to narrate it like that. There are people that will do that for you and do it better. I just try to remember what I saw and what I was watching, and what I was watching was week 1 football. That's what I kept reminding myself. It's week 1. It's week 1. It's week 1. This game, when we get to the end of the season, isn't going to matter unless you're the Cincinnati Bengals and you lose to the New England Patriots. And so I just kept telling myself, frankly, after the Bengals game, none of this matters. None of these games matter. The Bills-Ravens wasn't a division matchup. It was an interconference matchup and a prediction of what should be the AFC Championship game. But those two teams are very unlikely to play teams with that roster, with playoff rosters. Just assume they're going to be in the deep in the playoffs. Neither of those teams is likely to play another team of that caliber for the rest of the season. So as that game concluded, I went, damn, the schedule makers kind of just fisted us in the ass. That game would have been much better in week 10, week 12, week 15, because Chris Collinsworth, he goes, man, when this game's over, it's going to be one of the all-time greats. And I'm like, this game, it has nowhere near enough points, and it has nowhere near enough at stake, and it's not doing near enough to predict the playoffs for gamblers and the people who like to tell the narrative of the season as it's going along. It's not going to do that. That game last night, Ravens-Bills, isn't going to do anywhere near as much as that epic shootout that the Rams, Jared Goff, and the Patriots with Brady had. What was that, 2016, 2017? That epic shootout that went nearly to 60 points because the defenses were in the way. They weren't playing defense. They were just in the way. That game was epic. Tell me that the Ravens, that you remember the Ravens and Bills like you remember that game if you saw that game. Yeah, hype it up. That was a great game. It's going to be a great season. These are two awesome, epic teams. But they kind of also punched us, just speed bagged us. The schedule guys just kind of speed bugged us in the nuts with that one. That one was kind of a game that we should have been given later in the season. We should have been given like something a little bit less, like maybe Cowboys-Giants on Sunday night. Just a little bit less meaningless. Epic, awesome game, meaningless for the rest of the season. Not predictive whatsoever. Just thank God. For me, when I walk out of that thanking God that nobody got hurt, that we didn't lose like I can't remember his name now, but we didn't lose any of the wide receivers or any of the running backs. Neither of the quarterbacks got seriously injured. Nothing like that. And so, like I was asked about the Dolphins, and like Tua falling to shit against what should be a lesser opponent. When you just look at the rosters straight up, is not surprising to me. It's just not surprising. It's upsetting, but I was a Dolphins fan. I broke up with the Dolphins over Tua. So Tua falling to shit in a meaningless week 1 game against a lesser opponent, 2 interceptions and a fumble in the first half, is just not surprising to me. Not with the way he plays. That throw the ball to a spot instead of to an open receiver thing, it only works when your receivers are heady and going to be in the spot and have strong hands at the point of the ball. And Miami has body receivers that aren't in their spots. They're not smart enough to play the game with him. And then what they didn't do is go and get big body intelligent receivers. So they've built a roster that plays to his weaknesses, and they're asking to play to the weaknesses of his wide receivers. Why? Because Mike McDaniel was a genius. He was a genius as a run game coordinator, and he doesn't have the temerity to run the ball 25 times a game. How does it make sense that he's the head coach? How does it make sense that he's the play caller of an NFL offense? It doesn't. So that Miami is garbage never surprises me now. It surprised me for 20 years, and now it never surprises me. Miami just walks out and they're just fucking awful. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Miami rolls out and puts a 50 burger on somebody, and I'm going to cheer and I'm going to drink and I'm going to go fucking ape shit because I love the people of Miami and South Florida, and I respect the fuck out of them for still worshiping that garbage ass team. But that surprises me. The Dolphins showing up and playing 4 quarters of football surprises me. Too much booger sugar in the front office. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Too much self-adulation. Too much self-adulation. Hello, Lion. Too much self-adulation. 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 the men in the front office, the men and women hired by Miami have their jobs by self-congratulating themselves in the presence of the owner. And so there's just too much self-congratulation. The owner hasn't figured out over the course of the last 20 years, he hasn't figured out how to own a professional NFL team. He won't step out of the way. He won't step out of the way. He thinks he's Jerry Jones. But he won't just be Jerry Jones. Good day to you too, Lion. I'm not trying to read all of that. I'm just trying to hurt my eyes. Scratching my thigh. Actually, I'm scratching my calf. Because I have alopecia and it itches now real bad all of a sudden. Ah, that's awful. Feels like I'm tearing my skin off. And then I guess the Jags blew the doors off the Panthers. I didn't see any of that game. I didn't watch like the highlights or the halftime. I didn't watch that stuff because I was entertaining an audience of people who didn't actually give a shit about football. So, yeah, like I said, if I can get a producer, I can justify breaking away from the fountain to make short form football material. So far, I've been given $5 specifically, and I was asked, can you make football material? So I'm making football material. And thank you for that, Gina. Alec wants football material, but Alec already has his name on these fountains, so that these fountains brush up on his interests isn't an accident. Understand? But I am looking for a producer on that, so I can go hard at that. Hey, Adrenalina, and I can put somebody's name on it, and I can say, hey, say thank you to them in the comments. Say thank you to them. Give you get those W's out for them in the chat. Here they are. This is the show that they paid for. Good morning, Tony. But I'm not worried about it. We're just going to keep doing it like this until somebody understands the format and wants to be a part of it. And then it's going to get better when I have a laptop. So, yeah, I'll be live during that, and I'll be watching it in the same way. There's a big-ass spider right there. It's on the other side of my tent, though. My voice is shot, Adrenalina. It's actually healing, but my voice is totally shot. I have a hole in my throat right here. And so my voice is just shot. I've been using it a lot. Yeah, I'll be live like I was last night. Actually, I might be. I might be able to do the first episode of Philosophy for the Football Fan with a laptop. Cross your fingers on that. I don't know where Rach is. She's at work, Adrenalina. Or she's died. Artists in the community. Oh, artists online right now. KJ wants to know if there's anybody online right now who's an artist. It's Chicago, Minnesota. It better be Minnesota. I better walk away with this game. They have the established coaching staff. They better walk away with this game. I don't think I fought with her, Adrenalina. She texted me good morning, and then I texted her good morning, and I haven't heard back from her yet. I think he's looking for a digital artist, Tony. I think I know she's at work, so she's probably in a meeting. She's probably busy. Why am I answering this question to you, Adrenalina? This is very personal. Hello, Shadow. How are you doing? If I say Vikings, you're gonna bet my whole mortgage. Hey, don't do that. Don't make that my fault if the Bears steal this one. It's a week 1 game. Why are you sorry, Adrenalina? I'm doing all right, Shadow. Don't make that my fault if the Bears steal a week 1 game. Don't make it my fault. But the Vikings should roll all over them. The Bears have a new cloud drive. being emailed by someone telling me that I don't have the money necessary to buy their thing. Someone texted me from a number I don't know this morning, so I gotta be careful I'm not being scammed. Now that I'm on the internet, motherfuckers are gonna try to rob me. Stressful shit. Stressful shit. I still don't remember what I was just saying. I gotta deal with this email. But as far as I know, Adrenalina, if you know something I don't, please tell me. But as far as I know, she's fine. Hey, Sean Wynn, how are you doing? If the Vikings don't win, my kids can't eat for 3 days. Don't put that on me, Yoda. Don't you put that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby. What's up, Pirate? How you doing, man? Rob1. Getting your car fixed. Heard that, Justin? That's what I'm talking about. Taking care of what needs to be taken care of. That's what I'm talking about, dudes. This guy right here is one of my heroes right now. I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, no shit. Me too. You got bad sleep, so you're kind of groggy? Heard that. I may have overslept a little bit. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's get this week going. That's right. Rise and grind. Here, I need to listen to I need to put on music. Yeah, I wish I could remember who I was talking to about this, but she was talking about how she was having, she only realized she was having omens telling her that her car was going to uh, break down around her, and then it broke down around her, and after she put all the signs together. And I wasn't trying to say that she was a dumb person. What I was trying to say is that from the perspective of a mechanically minded person, she, being a woman and not mechanically minded, is very obviously not maintaining that vehicle. And it's funny because I was thinking about that, and then I was flipping through TikTok shorts, trying to figure out what I wanted to do today. And I see this overlong short about a guy sitting down inside his girlfriend's car, and the parts of the car that need maintenance, talking about how they're about to blow out. And it was the tires, the spark plugs, the engines, all of the things that need regular maintenance. And then I think it was Tony and I were talking, and maybe it led into that very conversation about how people think that things used to be made to last. But what's actually true is that things were made, and then there were people who were professional maintainers of those things, and then people made those things that were made last by using the professional maintainers. And so it all, like, if you hang out at the channel long enough, or you watch these videos long enough, that's why I call it a fountain. It all just kind of pools up together, and all of these things connect organically if you just connect them together. And the things we don't maintain go to waste, go to ruin. This is why my father, or my grandfather, used to say that a man is his tools. You are only as good. Your tools are only as good as how well you respect them. They're only going to last you for as long as you treat them with dignity and respect. They're only going to be made to last if you make them last. So this is why when people ask me things like, "Do you have any need?" It's like, no. I have 3 pairs of pants. I have no need. Do you have any need? No. I have 2 thermal shirts. I have no need. Do you have any need? No. I have 2 graphic tees and 6 white V-necks. I have no need. I have all of the things that I need covered. And the only way that those needs are going to be uncovered is if I don't maintain the clothes, so that I have to destroy them, or they become destroyed, or they become unwearable, and then I need new ones because the ones I have weren't maintained. So long as I maintain this tent, so long as I maintain the waterproofing, which is something I need to deal with, but so long as you maintain what you have, so long as you take care of and respect the things you have, you don't need new shit. You just maintain what you have. And so that is why I'm talking about not expanding to another podcast, another broadcast, another podcast, another show, another umbrella that's not already got a tent pole that I can rely on to keep it going. This is why at the dealership they tell you got to replace things at certain mileage marks. Well, Yoda, if we're talking about tolerances, when is enough enough? Yeah, so if we're going to talk about addiction and tolerance, when is enough enough? If the barrier is semi-permeable, if the barrier is semi-permeable and expandable, when is enough enough? Maintain the shell of my tent. I placed it properly. Well, sure, but again, it's about tolerances. It's about when does enough become enough? When you're talking about tolerances, you're talking about a stomach. A stomach is a semi-permeable, expanding barrier. The irony of the song I'm listening to right now is too precious. Well, sure, but you're not reacting to my questions, Yoda. You're just transferring the questions to I statements. Everything needs to be maintained. If you have a semi-permeable and expanding barrier, when is enough enough? When does it become enough? What is the universe like? What is the universe like? Good morning, Leapy. Thank you for reporting the time. I didn't know that I had called a clock station, but thank you. Does it, Dread? If the barrier is semi-permeable, meaning that things can pass through it, and it's expansive, when is enough enough? I challenge. When is it full? If you're in D&D and you have a bag of holding, when is it full? Why can't you answer? The answer is obvious. It's not a paradox. It's obvious. The answer, the resolution of the answer to the question is obvious. It's self-evident. If you have an infinitely expanding bag, if you have an infinitely expanding container, when is it full? I don't know anything about Finland. Never. It's never full. So enough is never enough. There is no enough for anyone. That's what addiction is. There is no enough. Enough is never enough. It's only enough when you decide it's enough. And you have to put something in between you and the container, like Jesus. You have to stopper that container because it will never be full. It's a great example. The universe is a fifth dimensional container that's permanently expanding and semi-permeable because information can escape it. A bag of holding is a semi-permeable barrier. You can put things in and out of it that is infinitely expanding. God is many things. I don't know if it's wisdom. It was certainly a thought experiment. You said that for some people, enough will never be enough. The difference between people who say, well, that's enough food, I'm full, and the people who can't is they can't deny themselves. They can't put anything, they can't stopper the container. They literally can't stop themselves from putting things in the container. This is how I wake up, dudes. Hey, Carpe, long time watcher, first time chatter. You heard me talking about that the other day, I hope. How are you doing, Carpe? That's what I'm saying, Navajo. God is the stopper of the unfillable container. Sorry, KJ, this is how I wake up. I don't know what you're talking about, Ma. Your brain is fried. I am fried. I've smoked a lot of weed this morning. This is how I wake up, dudes. I love you. But you got there. I don't think I yelled at you. I don't think I pushed you that hard. Talk about that loud. It's unreal right now. Yeah, so now as you go to eat your breakfast, you can think, okay, when am I done? When is enough enough? Heard that, Rob. Who gets you that, bud? The sugar just banging my head into these cymbals. I wish I knew the words. Yeah, you got to challenge your brain in the morning, or you're not going to for the rest of the day. If you stopper that jar, when are you going to open it? What is your brain but a semi-permeable, perfectly expansive barrier container? Ah! And then I got to concuss myself first thing in the morning. You do have to exercise your brain. Got to put it to work. Rise and grind. The Browns Bengals, that was a great game. Browns are going to shit the bed right at the end, aren't they? Oh, fuck, missing that field goal screwed them. They did everything they needed to do but win the game. I'm not going to fucking cry about it today. The Browns want to lose to the Bengals. They can do it one more time this season. Well, they can do it as many times as they want this season if they make it to the playoffs, but they're not going to make it to the playoffs. Flacco is still more than serviceable, though. He's still got all of his athleticism. That throw on the sidelines was awesome. You want to see the Bears in the playoffs? Yeah, Flacco's protected his body. Drake may let you down. I'll have to watch that game too. I didn't see any. I saw 0 seconds of highlights from the Patriots game. I heard the Cardinals played a lot better. This is 6 grams of THCA and THCP with Delta 8 is $50. And this one is 5 grams of Delta 8 for $25. Next, he'll retire at the end of the season, Yoda. Rogers will be done at the end of the season for sure. Yeah, May is a Tar Heel, yes. Hello, Elena. How are you doing? Is that my name, Elena? Eleni? Eleni? Is it Eleni? Is that what you told me, Eleni? Eleni? I'm so done with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, and they beat the... Thank you, Eleni. I like that you used my misspelling to acknowledge me. Thank you. Because I do know that it's misspelled. I do know that it's supposed to be an E. Philalitheia. So thank you. That makes me feel really good about my words or my work this morning. I'm in Ohio, Leapy. Yeah, Greek is cool. It looks like it should be etched in the sides of buildings because that's what it was designed. That's how it was designed. Greek is not. Greek is close to Cyrillic. Cyrillic is developed out of the Greek alphabet. I don't know what I started to read. Syriac, probably. My brain just went straight to, yeah, Cyrillic was made out of the Greek characters, developed out of them, in combination with some Latin characters. I just told you I live in Ohio, Leapy. You gotta listen when I answer these questions or you'll start to annoy me. Okay. Okay, you guys can tell me if this... I appreciate that, Eleni. Probably, I don't actually know the answer to that one, Rob. I don't actually know. Probably, though. Russian would have been totally illiterate until deep into the Middle Ages. Euros sound good. Nice people for sure. I'm not angry with you, Libby. You just got to listen to my answers and I give them to you. We like you too, Eleni. Cool, Rob. You went to Greece? Oh, and I learned a trick. I learned something neat. My, the fob down here, the base for my microphone, bypasses. I can charge with this in. Ho, 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 ho. There we go. No, Shaggy's not my name. Hello, Yusuf. Shaggy is what I am. I'm Shaggy Dog Storyteller. You live in Athens? That's cool. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? You can call me Shaggy, you can call me Shags, you can call me Vincent. I'd prefer you didn't call me by my real name, though. How are you, Tammy? Carpe Nietzsche. Don't call me Vinny. I hate Vinny. You've been around for a while, haven't you, Carpe? Dinner yet, Tammy? How the day's going? Please, Shaggy is fine. Or Shags. I spell it with 2 G's. I don't know what you're saying to me, Yusuf, and I know you know that. And that's why I put a second G on it there, Parrot Rob. That's kind of the joke. Shags is both my name and what I do. It's my verb. Shag for me, shag for you. Shag is what he be, a shaggy do. Gonna end up fucking up my voice because I kind of like this song enough that I might sing it, even though my lady not present. The only thing is I don't actually know the words. It's good? I don't know. I gotta go to the mail, which means I gotta wait until I know it's there. I'm not single. Rob, she's not asking me if I'm single. Morning, Jeremiah. How you doing, my friend? Only time will tell. I gotta get something to eat at some point, which means I gotta put on the rest of my clothes. Heard that kicking it? Hey, get KJ going. I really like this chorus, though. And I am stuck on mountains, mountains of doubt. I am stuck on mountains, mountains of apathy. I am stuck on mountains, mountains of doubt. I am stuck on mountains, mountains of apathy. And is really what I saw. I don't know the words. Yeah, you only need one kidney to be alive. I don't technically have a mailing address, no, Christy. I don't really get mail. But I had to go down to the mail people today. Whatever it's called. Post office is what that's called. Good morning, Cindy. Do I have two Cindys in chat now? No, I have a Cindy and a Christy. I am stuck on mountains. I am stuck on mountains, mountains of doubt. I am stuck on mountains. Not with a name like Yusuf. Yusuf is definitely not Mexican. And I am stuck on mountains, mountains of doubt. Maybe if it had a J, an O, and an E. Yosef. Yeah, it's nice to hear me singing, Cindy. This is a sad song, though, about self-doubt and apathy. The Ottoman Empire. Their chairs were awesome. Their footstools, especially. No, I don't have a family or a wife, Carpe. I have a girlfriend. Shout out to the Hittites. Shout out to Hattusa. Do I go on? I am not that strong. Oh, do I got on? I am not that strong. The Hittites were not Greek. The Hittites predate the Greeks by a long, long time. The Hittites were decidedly not Greek. I am telling you right now from memory, Dread Pirate Rob, that you are dead the fuck ass wrong. The Hittites were Indo-European, though. The Greeks weren't even a twinkle in the Mycenaean eye when the Hittite Empire existed. The Greeks and the Hittites are not contiguous, guys. Those they are. Mea culpa. Those they are. Different and entirely different, but the same language family. No, Yoda. Trojan warrior versus Spartan. No. Troy was in Anatolia for sure, but they weren't Hittite. And the Spartans were again 1,000 years later. This is the most emotional. Or fly now. The Spartans, they had bronze, or they had iron weapons. The Trojans are in 1,000-year outdated armor. The Spartans win. 2 Spartans win. Spartans are in iron. It's a silly question. I'm telling you, the Trojans existed 1,000 years before the Greeks. The Troy that Homer was writing about, Homer was writing in 700 BC, give or take. Troy collapsed in 1200 BC. So the wars of the Peloponnesus and against Sparta circa 400 BC were a full 1,000 years after the Trojan heyday. Yeah, the Trojans are throwing around stone slings and they're wearing bronze armor and bronze spears. The Spartans would have rolled over them like they weren't there. I'm just saying. Somebody asked me between a 100 Spartans and 100 Trojans who would win, and I'm telling you that the 100 Spartans wouldn't even, 2 Spartans wouldn't notice them. No, they didn't. The Hittites were, okay, Carpe. The Hittite Empire collapsed at the late Bronze Age before the Greeks were a twinkle in any single Mycenaean eye. There was no Greek language when the Hittites collapsed. Fuck. There may have been people who called themselves Hittites, but there are people who call themselves Roman today. And you know what they are? Fucking wrong. Whatever. Whoever I said, if you're going to get bossy with me, Rob, I'm going to give you the middle finger. You started talking and I explained. The Trojans were 1,000 years before the Spartans. The Trojan Empire of Homer was 500 years gone, and the Hittites were before the Bible. The earliest the Bible could have been composed is in the Iron Age. I was addressing whatever you said in that moment, and I'm not rambling. I am laying down real historical facts. I am the one on camera, Rob. This is my show. I was just responding to whatever you had most recently said, Rob, by expanding what I had been saying and repeating myself. Again, the Hittites collapsed before the Bible was written. The earliest the Bible could have written is in the 8th century BCE, 400 years after the late Bronze Age collapse, in the 12th century BCE. The Hittites collapsed with the Old Kingdom Egyptians and the Sumerians in the 12th century BCE. There were no Greeks. There was no Greek language. There was Linear A and Linear B. Linear B became the Greek languages by the Iron Age. It took 500 years. No, if Shedeur Sanders had played, the Bengals would have rolled over them like they weren't there. I could have just slipped up, but I was responding to whatever you had most recently said when I started talking, Rob. You're just 5 to 10 seconds behind me and getting in your feelings. There was no fucking Greek language, Eleni. I keep saying there was no Greek language. There were no people who identified as Greek speaking on the Greek mainland in the 12th century BCE. They did not exist. They didn't speak that language. They may have been slaves to the Mycenaeans, but they didn't speak Greek. Yes, but they didn't speak Greek. The Cretans didn't speak Greek. They spoke Minoan and other Indo-European languages, but they did not speak Greek. I have made this very clear. They wrote Linear B, a language that has absolutely nothing the fuck to do with Greek because we can't decipher it. We can't decipher their languages because they didn't speak Greek. They didn't speak Greek. Yes, people have lived there, but they didn't speak Greek. They didn't speak Greek. They spoke a Proto-Greek that had nothing to do with the Iron Age. In 10,000 BC, the Stone Age had nothing to do with the Iron Age. I don't know why you guys are making me repeat this so many times, but they had nothing to do with one another. There were multiple empires that rose and fell in that span. They weren't even the same DNA. They weren't even the same DNA. They didn't speak Latin. Latin didn't exist, and Latin is further west. Latin is another Iron Age language. Iron Age, Iron Age, Iron Age, Iron Age, 700 BC and later. Everything before that is not the same. There was a collapse and 500 years, and then Iron Age. They didn't speak Latin, clone. Don't call me a dummy. You know I have the mute button, right? Oh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been studying this for 30 years because I wanted to know and I wanted to understand. And most of what people say is wrong. Most of what people say is wrong. The Greeks didn't exist before 700 BC. They just didn't exist before the Iron Age. Yes, Linear A is undeciphered. It's a language that has absolutely nothing to do with Greek. Linear A is undeciphered. And yes, the Greek script, the alphabets, come from Phoenicia. They spoke a Semitic language. They're not related. They're just not related. Not in time, not in space, not in phonemes. The Celtics are north and west. And they were there since about 3K BCE. Well, I'm not saying it started in a year, but it did start in a century. Heard of? People call things great and genocides all the time. So, no, I don't read enough neoliberal postmodern literature to have heard of a great Celtic genocide. For hundreds of years, they called the Anglo-Saxon settlement of Britain an invasion. Sure, the Celts had a kingdom. Sure, but Celt is just a fucking racial epithet that the Greeks gave to those people. Keltoi just means barbarians. It's just a racial epithet. Probably not, Yoda. I've never heard of that. Probably not. Dread pirate. Like 1/3 of the Celtic population in Gaul doesn't even make sense because that would be the Gaelic population in Gaul. If he killed 1/3 of the population of Gaul, he killed 1/3 of the Gauls in Gaul. Why he was hunting down specifically Celts in Gaul, I will never know. So I'm saying Celt is a racial epithet that means everybody who's not Greek. Great lectures, courses. I recently read the book Proto by Laura Spinney. I've read The Wheel, the Horse, and Language a couple of times, Postal. I've been studying this for 30 years, Postal. It's all good, Rob. I'm just saying I'd already said that Celt is everybody from France to Russia to a German. Julius Caesar did not kill 1/3 of the people from France to Russia. It just didn't happen. I'm doing great, Shaggy. That's why I said that you can call anything a genocide, but that's not what happened. It's just not. I don't tend to eat pancakes now. I am doing my best. I'm not trying to educate, but I am teaching. I'm just doing dialectic, Postal. Crepes. I don't like all that sugar in the morning, and I'm technically wheat intolerant. Speaking of which, I have a loaf of bread that's going to go bad if I don't eat it. Hello, Ajay. You a big Aziz Ansari fan? Yeah, Vercingetorix? Sure. Culture hero for standing up to the evil empire. He lost. He was humiliated, died dishonored. His corpse was desecrated so his spirit would walk the earth. So it probably lives in that statue. Handle my wrench? No, probably not. Yes, postal. Communication was a major thing in the time frames we're talking about. It could literally make or break civilizations. That's why I keep explaining that civilizations died in order to make these languages. The Barbari or whatever, they were the Mediterraneans, or they were the Middle Easterners. The Keltoi were the northern barbarians, but the Barbars, they were from the east. I would give you about a week too, pirate. You'd die for opening your mouth. The Barbaroi that word etymologically arrives to us from Persian. The Barbar is what the Persians called everybody else in that region. That's how they described Semitic. It sounded like bar in their ears. So the Persians called the Semitic speakers barbarians, basically. Sort of. In later years, Rob, but Barbaroi entered the language to describe Semitic speaking people. Keltoi was already in the language to describe northern non-Greek speaking peoples. Yes, Jeremiah, you would be killed for speaking. You'd ask, what's going on here? And someone would kill you for it. Both of you, yeah, absolutely. It triggers me all the time, the freedoms with which Americans think they have to speak out of their place. Triggers me all the time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you'd have been bludgeoned to death for that 100 years ago. So I'm trying to tell you, Yoda. Keltoi means all of the Indo-European speaking people groups from France to Russia. If you look at a map, you will realize that that's way too big. That's way too big for any two of those people groups to have identified the same. Did they assimilate? Sure, tribes intermarried all the time. But what you're talking about isn't a historical reality at a abstraction that makes any sense. Thank you, Postal. You wouldn't actually for very long. You wouldn't actually spend a lot of time talking shit because you would learn very quickly that these men with weapons aren't playing around. Oh shit. The magnet fell out of this. Damn. Well, I get to do maintenance then. You would understand how much larger these men are than you and how skilled they are with the weapons that they carry on their body. So you wouldn't actually talk shit. Yeah, my microphone's battery died. Maybe, Jeremiah. That didn't happen as often as you guys think. I mean, dudes, they killed Socrates. Just for speaking. Literally. Just for speaking. It's maybe funny to think about it or riff on, but it's very real. The reason you have protections within your government from your government killing you just for speaking is because it used to happen all the time. Well, they got him on impiety. They got him on impiety. Speaking things that the gods would disapprove of. That's what they actually killed him for. Oh, Jose. If the gods are the ancestors, then you can be killed for the opinions that some dead guy had 5,000 years ago. Forgiven? Not really. They wanted to exile him. He was 72 years old. It was a death sentence. They just didn't want to see him die. How you doing, Jose? I haven't seen you in a minute. Socrates is one of my personal heroes. He was a soldier, and he fought in 2 major campaigns. He defended Athens during their war with Sparta. I don't know about Diomedes, but I like Diogenes. I'm pretty sure that Diomedes is a hero from the Iliad. Why do I think that other countries won't do so? Because people will kill one another if they can speak freely. Eh. He didn't. Indeed, Kathos. Not Diomedes, Diogenes. I don't think it matters whether he had a chance or not. Diogenes. Diomedes was a hero in the Iliad who stabbed Aphrodite with his spear. It was Diogenes who told Alexander to go away. He doesn't want him near, he's in his sunlight. Hello, Edith. Did Hephaestus avenge Aphrodite in the Iliad? No. Hephaestus is lame. Kratos means strength, and he was the god that imbued one of those motherfuckers with the power that he used to fight the war. I know. I know it was. But this is the fountain. What do you think, Carpe? Aphrodite and Hephaestus are married, sure, but he's lame, so she gets her sex elsewhere. I don't know. Kratos is the one that enforced Hephaestus binding Prometheus to the rock at Zeus's command. Who gave us fire? I don't live in a barrel or cover myself in dog shit, Carpe. Prometheus did indeed give us the radiant fire. I don't care about how you guys spell things, so long as I'm able to figure out who you're talking about. You don't speak these languages. Prometheus gave us the radiant flame of consciousness and intelligence, independent will from the gods. Which is what we're talking about. Willing independently from the gods and the consequences thereof. That's called impiety. You would be killed for it. Prometheus is that guy? The Lost Generation? I don't know what that is, Pirate. Is that American history? Prometheus. Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald. All those writers. Just read their work and pretend you're alive for it. Be less likely to die from alcohol poisoning and stray gunfire. Were your favorite? Who are your favorite group of writers now, Rob? I have done my best to learn it, Carpe. Thank you. I know, IDK. I get that a lot. Hey, Faraz, we've been talking about history. But you want to talk about diction. We've just been talking about ancient Mediterranean history. I only know one language. I can only speak one language fluently. Simpson, you like Bukowski and Kerouac? Okay. I haven't read Bukowski yet. Diction is your spoken language for us. It comes from Latin dictare, which means to speak. The word doctor, same word. Diction? No. Yeah, we've been talking about the ancient Mediterranean. We expanded into Europe and a little bit into the middle Levant, but mostly Greece. Somebody was trying to argue with me that the Hittites were contemporary with the Greeks. Diction is not the language of love, no. You back at the tire shop? I heard that. One punch. Langston Hughes? Heard that. I've never read any Langston Hughes either. For anybody that's interested, KJ is also live. He's working on the Herald. Soledad? Heard that, Rob? Soledad? Yeah, that's about right for us. After they won the Punic Wars. Hey, good morning, Rach. She just has to appear in my life and make a scene. Flourish her skirts. Yeah, that's a good summary for us. I don't understand what's happening with my microphone. It's acting like it's fully charged. But it died during the show. I'll let her answer you, Rob. But what do you think? They are for us. It's hard to study them in the English language, so that is what it is. The Eastern Europe and Byzantine empires. I haven't gotten to the Anabasis by Xenophon, no. I don't. I've read a lot, but I'm at a point now where continuing to read any further without writing or without being live, without spreading my own understanding of the universe, is frankly a waste of my time. Sure, safe. I know enough about you now to know that I don't want to talk to you, so you could just keep moving on, safe. Book of Virtues, One Punch Man. I don't know that book. We talked a little bit about football. We talked a little bit about history. We talked a little bit about piety and impiety. I sang a little bit. You know, it's been a fountain, Rach. Well, that's cool. That's what they tell me, Charles. So many times he does it in a row. I obviously mean the NFL for us. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, help me. Well, reading for my, I don't know what chores you think I do, Carpe, but, sure, if you wanted to buy it, you can gift it to vkdennis87@gmail.com. I just knew for us, you showed up and it started playing. So I started singing it. Heard that, Craigie. Congrats to your bills. This goes out to Faraz, I guess. My voice is trash right now. I'm not going to be good right now. My voice is trash. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Trapped in myself. Body my holding cell. I'm always angry for us. Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, left in my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul. Let me live alive in hell. And my voice is shot. Good morning, Dave. I can't get up to that higher register, and I'm bent in half. I don't know. How do you want to help for us? Oh, with my being angry? I'm always angry. I was beaten up a lot as a kid by a giant man. I'm just saying I can't do it. I can't climb up into where he's doing it. I have to take it down a whatever, half step or a full step. I have been waiting so I didn't have to reach across the fucking room, but I got it. I wish this song had another verse or he hit the chorus one more time. Stop asking me about it for us. I need to get something to eat. Where are we at? Oh, okay. We're approaching the top of the second hour. The beginning of the third hour. All right, take care, Rob. It's been great talking to you, buddy. I just don't know what I want, Rach, and I got to go down to the post office, and so I'm kind of just waiting to know whether that shit's going to happen today. If it's happening tomorrow, if it's happening, God knows the fuck when. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I do not want to go to the post office. I do not want to do this. And my body is freaking out about it. Completely outside my control. You can guess. I don't know where it is, Rach. That's just straight up. I don't know exactly where it is. And I'm used to not having my battery. I've just grown accustomed to not having this fucking thing over the last 11 months. And so I'm not doing a very good job of forcing myself through the demand. It's all good. I'll get there. You're all annoying in your own individual ways for us. That's what happens when you think so highly of yourself, is what I do. Time well spent. Oh man, I want to actually sing this song, but my voice is fucked. I love eschaton, smother days. Tonight's the same. I would prefer you to behave as yourself and not so fucking tiptoeing around me like I'm going to reach out and grab one of your testicles and shove it up your nostril for us. I'm not going to hurt you. Neither of those things, Kerpe. Mostly Dutch and Native American. Shawnee, Dutch, Northern French. Then straight out. Not mad at you. Longer is the journey. My voice is so fucked. Linger tips. Love you too, Dread. Take care, buddy. Don't return from the circumscription. Walking past the comforts now to forget my dream. Shut down the mind. Is the heart brave enough yet? Uncover the skies and show me the birds. The birds, they devise premonitions of the other side. Time well spent in the chapel of eschaton. Other days, tonight's the same. Eschaton is the study of the end of days. The all is kicking in. I remain the dereliction of the colors that escape before the change. Shut down my mind. Is my heart brave enough yet? Uncover the skies and show me the birds. Because the birds, they devise premonitions of the other side. Thank you for all the likes, guys. Let's see if we can get those up to 40 before the end of the hour. We got 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get, what is that, 20 an hour. That's one every 3 minutes. That feels good, right? That feels like I've been working. I haven't made any money today, and that's fine. I said I don't want it. Are you okay, Rach? Are you leaving work early today because you've had a full day and you're just able to go home, or are you leaving because you don't feel well? I know that, Leapy. Please don't. You don't pay me enough money for me to give a shit what you requested me. Dutch is kind of close to German in the same way that Celt is close to Gaelic. Same but entirely different. They might have been close 500 years before their languages diverged. Maybe. The Germans took a different path through Europe. It took them longer to settle Europe than it took the Dutch ancestors. Do I need to scold you for spending too much time hanging out with me, Rach? I'm not angry. Why are you Indians so afraid of somebody being angry with you? I'm not going to murder you, Leapy. I'm not going to murder you in a fit of pique. That's a real question. Are you just allowed to beat one another up still? Rach, do I need to scold you for not wearing sunscreen? How old are you, woman? Are you guys so afraid of being scolded? Why do you need to shape your personality to mine? Just be your damn selves. I will fucking hit you if you tried to supplicate to me. I will hit you. Okay, well, why are you Bangladeshi? Why are you so timid? Why are you so concerned that I'm angry or whether I'm angry? I have bipolar type 2, man. My emotions aren't mine. I'm not in control. So why are you concerned so much? Why does it matter to you? This is a real question that I'm asking you from a fit of pique, for sure. Rach, I will wag my finger in front of you and not these 9 other people watching. I will fucking do it. I'm not afraid of you. It's not true. I'm terrified of you. This madness of our own making, falling down. I have a hole in my throat for those notes, so I have to harmonize with some of them. I can't hit the actual note. Can't make that vibration except at high volume. It went great, Rach. We watched the game. We talked bullshit. Eric trolled me on taxes, so I started freaking out about tax law. I got to have a whole lecture about how tax law works. And I'm asking him the whole time, I'm like, why the fuck are we talking about taxes? And everybody else is just throwing out their crazy conspiracy theories about taxes. And so I'm just doing all these, I'm just duck hunting bad tax ideas. And then I start thinking about it because KJ starts doing a little bit of detective work because KJ is not a dumbass. And also KJ doesn't give a fuck about taxes because KJ is Southern enough to know that it was an odd subject for Eric to bring out. He's going, Flens, foosball, Flens, taxes. So I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about taxes for? And then I realized that he's talking about his military service, his Air Force or his Navy service with the military, the U.S. military served in Kuala Lumpur. And I'm like, okay, he's pulling our legs. But you know me, It's compulsive. I can't stop. I literally multiple times I was going, fucking why? I can't stop. Stop doing this. Stop. We got to stop talking about this. I can't stop. Okay. And then going back to arguing taxes with these motherfuckers. And then KJ goes, wait a minute. You said you were stationed you had a naval base in Kuala Lumpur? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is in the middle of the fucking jungle. I am absolutely certain he didn't actually serve for the Navy. And then I started paying attention to the stuff that he was actually saying. And yeah, he was just absolutely, he starts laughing his fucking ass off. He's just trolling me because he knows I can't stop and I'm tired. And then and so it was hilarious. He had me rolling, had me laughing my fucking ass off. He got me so good. And I don't mind when people do that. He got me so good. I was starting to get actually pissed off. Like, you guys got to stop fucking talking about tax law, or you're going to have me get up on a fucking soapbox and soapbox about tax law and how important it is to pay your fucking taxes and that it's a privilege to be making enough money to. And then I realized Eric is fucking with me. Eric is fucking with me. and the funny thing is, no, it sucks. That's what I'm saying, Carpe. That's how he got me. Is he knows that I'm a compulsive, I compulsively respond to not truth. He's figured out that I compulsively respond to not truth. And that show, my late night hangout show, is when he comes and he says silly shit about 8-bit animation, and we laugh about old video games. And instead we were talking about football. And so he got bored and he did the one thing that he knew would get me to do exactly what he got me to do. He started saying bullshit, and it gets me every time. Every time. All of my friends do this to me, have always done this to me my whole life, and it always works. They'll start talking bullshit. That's why there are people that don't. Yeah, I use my passion to punk me, and it does take cojones, because I could have gotten real pissed off about it. I could have got real insulted and been real mad about it. I have gotten real mad about it before, when people won't fucking quit doing it. But yeah, he found a thing that he'd never heard me talk about, and he got me to say it. The things that I would say, things that you wouldn't expect to hear a homeless guy say, and he got me good. And I'm a little embarrassed about it, but absolutely go and watch last night's show. It was a great show. She asked, was last night's show good? It was a great show. The game was good. The ending was stupid, and so you get to see me be petulant about a dumb ending to a great football game. And so if you guys are here for my authentic reactions to things, he did it exactly right. He got me to authentically react to some dumb shit. The Bills won. I was in my feelings about the Bills and that dumb shit, and he got me to take it out on tax law and idiot conspiracy theories about tax law. And all of my friends have left because we're talking about idiot theories on tax law, and they don't want me to criticize theirs. I was trying to be as relativistic as possible. At least it wasn't the Ravens. The best possible solution to that game is that they both lost. You know how I feel about that, actually, Rach. I'm embarrassed about it, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Oh, I forgot my mic was there. Yeah, I realized the joke ended before I got up in soapbox and I chased 1,500 people away by telling them that taxes are good, actually. I've done that before. I've chased a huge number of people away by saying that I want to pay my taxes. I want to pay taxes. I want to tip. I want to contribute in the economy and in the I love my analytics. I got 4 viewers right now. This is the lowest my viewer total has been. This is the lowest my viewer total has been in 6 weeks. Yeah. I know, Carpe. I'm gonna have to pull a Bill Belichick and change all of my tendencies right now. You know now. I know. I'm in trouble. That's why I'm laughing, because I have just fucked this whole fountain. I'm never going to get control over it again now that you guys know how to get me going. And then Alec with his showing up and dropping money and then not saying anything so that I feel like I've got money in my pocket and that I can... There he is! uh, yes, you guys are like my turtleneck. You're the midget hanging on my back, slowly strangling me to death. I go to speak about him, and there he is. Behold, the devil appears. I'm sorry I called you the devil, Alec. But that was just, oh my God. Oh my God. If I could add gifts, that moment right there was Ace Ventura turning around and going, "Yes, Satan? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else." I'm laughing like an actual crazy person because I'm a little bit stoned, but that was just the timing on that, Alec, was too perfect. The timing on that was too perfect. Yes, Satan? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing my ass off, Alec. I'm sorry, Vito. I'm laughing I'm laughing so hard I just hurt my broken rib. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, I looked up and I was like, I made a few bucks. I can talk like a crazy person. I'm not going to chase everybody away. And then I realized, fuck, stop asking me about this. And then I realized, oh, he's only pushing them on this because he knows I'm going to freak out and it's going to be hilarious. So, like, for us, if you're still around asking me, are you angry? Why are you angry? Stop being so angry. Why are you so emotionally unrested? Because I react to everything I see. I just can't help it. Oh, man. My voice is fucked. I hear it. I'm going to have to take like 2 days with lemon water or something and just not come on the channel. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. But my voice is absolutely fucked. And the cigarettes aren't helping. I know that. Yeah, Steve Jobs. Look, I've been wearing a turtleneck since long before Steve Jobs. I know, guys. Look, I'll get some hot tea. All right? I love how you guys make me tell this story in the presence of my girlfriend so often. I was wrestling with a 19-year-old naked girl, Vito. And I thought it would be a good idea. I was 31, 32. I thought it would be a good idea to pin her down and grab her by the foot and tickle her. And she thought it would be a good idea to kick me as hard as she fucking could right in the ribs. Oh, that's what happened. I have a heel-shaped break in this rib and a cracks in the ribs around it. She kicked the fuck out of me with her heel. She bow right in my fucking ribs. Yeah, it was a great day. Until I'm laying on the floor like, oh my God, why did you do that? I'm lactose intolerant, but I will get some hot tea later and I'll put some milk in it. It hurt like so bad. The crack was audible. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, but it was worth it. It was worth the injury. The grandchildren I will never have will hear about it someday. Don't wrestle with a girl half your age. She's more athletic than you are. She will win. She wasn't quite half my age. She's half my age now. Well, 19 would be half my age. She's still the same age younger than I am now. She kicked the fuck out of me, Carpe. I'm glad she didn't kick me. Yeah, well, I was protecting that because it was turgid. So I was trying to keep her from hurting me for real. And she kicked the fuck out of me. She made up for it. It's fine. I have been listening to the things that the Neebs guys get away with. I've been listening to the things that other people say on their channels that they get away with, and I am significantly more classy in how I tell these stories than other people. I think I'm fine. Yeah, well, I realized when I was laying there going, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" That I did this to myself. It wasn't her. It was me. She said, "Stop it before I freak out." And I said, "You won't actually freak out. You're naked." So yes, I absolutely put myself in a pickle tickling a naked girl. Oh man. I'm glad I did it though. That's one of those moments that you just never forget. Hey Troy, I love that Metallica have released so many instrumental versions of their music. I haven't tickled anybody since then. No, Rach, I haven't taken the risk. Sometimes, Troy. Hi, Epic. How are you doing, buddy? Uh, Look, I would recommend it to everyone out there over the age of 30. I would absolutely recommend getting consent from a woman over the age of consent. But I would highly recommend it. Just don't fall in love with her. They're fucking crazy. Don't make your life about spending money on her. They're fucking crazy at that age. She would steal my phone. I wouldn't know she would have my phone. And she'd be like, "I'm going to the bathroom." And I'm like, "Whatever. Okay, she's going to the bathroom." And then she would come out, give me my phone. I'm like, "Why did you have my phone?" And she's like, "Oh, whatever." And then I would get texts from my friends later and I would open them and she had sent them nudes. And they're like, "Hey man, I'm married. She can't do this." And I'm like, "I did not know she was going to do that. I am so sorry. You cannot text my married friends pictures of your bush." Hello, Kim. Did you know that Kim is a woman's name? You guys will like this vape better. I'm going to end up going through it a lot faster. But you guys will like this vape better because it makes a big smoke. Bitches do be crazy. Yeah, what a douche canoe. She was cool until she started trying to fuck my friends. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that, all of the women, Rach, please, but all the women I've ever loved have tried to fuck all my friends. No, didn't mean to do that. I don't know what that's about. Man, Mastodon is just not going to be the same. I got to skip this. Oh, it was absolutely about me, Troy. It's, yeah, I don't know what that is either, Ghost, but there's something to that. I don't know if it's undeniably true. I've never been with a girl who wasn't crazy. So crossing my fingers. Okay, please be safe, Rach. Please, hands at 10 and 2, seatbelt, 5 miles under the speed limit if it's raining, please. Yeah, I don't know whether it was insecurity or whether she just watched too much porn. Honestly, I think that she just spent too much time with internet porn. I think they all just spent too much time comparing themselves to internet porn. Of course, I sleep here, Leapy. You're looking at my bed right now, like you're looking. I keep laying down into my bedding. You have seen my sleeping bags wrapped around my body. I am in my blanket right now. This is where I sleep. Of course, this is where I sleep. Hello, Litro. What does the Litro mean? It's Lutro in Greek.
Nah, probably, honestly, Kathos, probably what it was is I told her that I wasn't going to be exclusive to her. I wasn't going to call her my girlfriend until after she was out of college. And so she was doing things to, get me to tie her down. But because I was age 31, 32, all of my friends were either married or gay. What's your superpower, Electro? Yeah, yeah, it was upsetting, Kathos. Marriage, I don't know. Carpe, marriage, yes. Kids, yes, but they're just probably not in the cards for me. You guys might be my children. Nice, Epic. In my hand. Kind of like Iron Man. Mech suit. Don't waste your time or time will waste you, says Muse. Well, Electro, I'm losing interest rapidly, buddy. If you were trying to elevator pitch to me interest in your work, you've lost my interest. Heard that, Ghost. See, what you do is you marry a girl who's a lesbian, who's interested in other women. That's what you do. And then you say, no, no, no. I'm going to get an ugly text for that one. I don't want to leave the tent, dudes. Just between me and you, I don't want to leave the tent. But I need to get something to eat. And I need to go down to the post office. But I don't want to. I just actively do not want to. I've got the battery, though. Yeah, the laptop is coming today. The World Cup, Germany. Synchronize our lives. Hey, Alfonso. It's not about not being able to do it. I just actively don't want to do it. It's just a walk I don't feel like doing. And so it's just, I'm dragging ass. It's just about dragging ass. It's not about anything else. I'm gonna probably end this. Is Jeremiah in the chat? I don't feel like doing a walk and talk today. I need to eat for nutrition, and then I need to get down toward downtown, which is where I don't want to be. But if I'm down there, I might get a book or something. I might see if there's some artifact that I can retrieve for the channel while I'm down there. Hey, take care, Epic. That's what I've got. That's it. That's the end of that story. A BWW. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, there's a B-dubs down there. I read that BBW and I was like, wait a minute. See, now I'm confused. I'm certain there's a BBW downtown. Lots of heavy people downtown. Yeah, I'm getting a surface. It's on its way. I'll be retrieving the surface today. So many rhymes, dudes. shines in my soul. All right. Daddy's got to rearrange his bits in these tights. He's going to stand up and his testicle's going to shoot out his shoe. It's going to say, Lorena Bobbit myself over here with these pants. Okay, Babbit, bibbity, bibbity, babbity boo. Bow, 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 bow. People are even more wary of me when I'm wearing the microphone. So, okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, right. I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm ready to end this one. We're at 2 hours. That's an easy watch back. We had a big laugh there at the end. My brain isn't working at peak efficiency as far as all of the things that I need to do today. So I need some alone time to sit down with a checklist of my responsibilities and the things that I need to get done today. And I need to make a prefab about what I saw, how I experienced this weekend. So that wasn't much, which means that I need to rewatch at least the Lions game. Which if I there's a non-zero chance I do that in Discord. So just float around, keep an eye on the Discord. I love you guys. This fountain, this first 2 hours, is always brought to you by Alec Smith. So make sure in the comments that we hit that big W for Alec and these. And I'm going to leave you, the future audience, and anybody here still with me today, with the specific knowledge that I am looking for a producer for my football content. So I have somebody that I'm making it specifically for. Thank you, guys.